Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we're gonna make a presentation about a design brief and interpreting it into the design. First of all, we are from group 7, and I want to tell you about our member of group. First of all, it's me. My name is Muhamad Fadillah. A design brief and interpreting it into the design. What is a design brief? The design brief is one of the essential of the design process. Starting a project without one would be a bit like proceeding to build a house without a blueprint. Although it may be possible to do, you may finish the house and then realize that you should have put your door elsewhere, or you might have to spend valuable time and resources to tear up the newly finished hardwood floor to run the water lines to downstairs bedroom, which you had not been informed about earlier. What is it? A design brief is a document outlining the business objective and corresponding design strategies for a project. In this case, the design wheel is rolling and helps the designer think strategically about design solution. It also encourages the client you to process and clarify what they need from the project, who it is being done for, our target audience, and who the key stakeholders are. The design the, the design brief must also address the competition, current industry trends, timeline, budget, and measuring of success.
My name is Putra Irawan. Which project require design brief? And 90% of the time completing design brief is worth the time and effort, even if the job is not complex. Thinking through some of the top questions helps bring clarity and focus to the project. There are, of course, some cases in which it might not be necessary. A few examples might be: you want to refine your business card of letter height, you would like to add plugin, right? You want to your website, you need to make a very minor tweak to your brochure before reprinting. If you have any doubts about whether or not you solve it out, don't hesitate to ask. Ultimately, the design brief is your responsibility, the client. Your designer can only be as good as the brief he or she works for. So it's your best interest to provide one that is well crafted. Some designers may choose to process without one if the client is not interested. But this is a trend, only not the best scenario for either the designers, the client address is high chance of wasting time and energy. So take the time to craft the edition brief whenever possible. And remember, every minute you invest in the design brief probably equate 3 minutes saved in tweaking or working things later. Design brief can take On first form, some designers provide a template to help you get started, but many clients may have their own templates that they prefer using. I provide with a web-based form that can be asked to as a tool for creating or submitting an initial brief. But regardless of the tool you ask, here are a few qualities that all briefs have in common. Brief. That's why it's called a brief. Longer than 2 or 3 pages. Easy to read content subdivided into various sections with clearly defined headings. Also observe bullet points instead of narrative text. Easy to print. Standard size. For example, US letter or European A4. Easy to share. Create in a way that can be sent electronically to other collaborators
Atas
on
itu
the
sedikit
project.
Pak.
Not handwritten
Atas
or
itu
exhibit
lembek Pak.
one stone tablets.
Lembek kali.
Simple and well organized.
What content should be included? There are many valid opinions out there about what should go in your brief and how you should organize it. Below are some components I think are important to include in some forms. You might also refer to my design brief form for an example of what kind of info you want to include and how to organize it. There should be your name and company, your project name, and short description of your project specification and format, main message and objective, where to look for inspiration, design budget, production budget, and timeline or deadline.